Minasan, welcome back for the first review of 2026, and that being The Legend of Zelda Legendary Edition, Majora's Mask, and A Link to the Past. So this one is a compilation of two different stories. It is the manga series of Majora's Mask, which was only a couple of chapters, and A Link to the Past, which is the other half of the book. I have a couple of these Legendary Editions. I have the Legendary Edition of the Four Swords and the Legendary Edition of Ocarina of Time outside of Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past. And I thought these were going in like chronological order as far as the series goes, but A Link to the Past happens on a different timeline than Majora's Mask. If you're well aware with Legend of Zelda lore. But overall, a wonderful series. Majora's Mask is my favorite Legend of Zelda game. I might even have a little Skull Kid figure to kind of go with it. Overall, wonderful story. The writing is very, very close to what the story is in the game. Can't really complain. There's some differences in A Link to the Past than A Link to the Past, the NES version, which I don't know if it's something that got added on later on. There's some characters in there that I don't remember from my last playthrough. It's still a wonderful story. I like the artwork more in the Majora's Mask than the Link to the Past. But if you've played the games and you know the story, you know how they end, you know what temples he has to go through. All in all, wonderful story, especially if you're a Legend of Zelda fan. And if you're new to the series, highly recommend playing Ocarina of Time first and then Majora's Mask, because they are sequels to each other. But if you don't feel playing the game, go ahead and read the story. You'll basically get the entire gist of the game, minus a couple of parts that seem to have only been left for the game. There's also a secret chapter with this one that released during the first half of the first chapter during serialization. Basically, that is that they released the first chapter as the game was releasing, so all they had were the trailer footage to kind of the story on, and then we were able to play the game and finish out the story. So the secret chapter is a non-canon distant lore of the creation of Majora's Mask that doesn't really touch on how it got corrupted, doesn't touch on what happened to it. It's so far removed from the story that it kind of can fit even so. Majora's Mask is kind of one of those weird ones where it kind of falls outside of the regular scope of the Legend of Zelda timeline, even though it is a direct sequel to the Ocarina of Time. It's I don't know, it's a little weird. I really liked it, that little bonus chapter, regardless. It gave a cool bit of I wish they kind of expanded on it lore, even though it's not actually canon. All in all, wonderful read for the first out of 300. One last little note, I did annotate this. The purple ones are panels that I like, and the blue ones are lines or scenes that I like. I'm not entirely sure how else I'm going to annotate. That's just kind of where I'm starting, and then we will add on tiers, I guess, of annotation, or standards, note, I don't know what to call it. Other criteria for annotation as we continue on. I will see you guys in the next one.